breaking updates coming in days after executing absolute chaos in Venezuela after forcibly capturing the president Nicolas Maduro on a slew of allegations, including narco-terrorism. Donald Trump has posted an image on Truth Social, declaring himself as the acting president of Venezuela. Now, this is the update that has come in on Truth Social. Donald Trump has put up a picture, and this shows him as the acting president of Venezuela. This even as the world watches in shock the developments that have taken place in Venezuela. 4-hour operation by the United States, after which there was absolute chaos in Venezuela. The president, Nicolas Maduro, being brought to the United States amid questions of what's going to happen next in the United States, even going on to claim that they are in favor of an easy transition of power. There is a picture that has been put forward where Trump has declared himself as the acting president of Venezuela. Senior consulting editor Srinjoy Chaudhary joins us on the broadcast with the details of what can be expected next. And Srinjoy, every day throws up a surprise. The world is still in shock over what has happened in Venezuela. The U.S. claimed that it was in favor of a peaceful transition. Then why has Trump put up this picture that shows him as the acting president of Venezuela?
Venezuela is a small country, really, just 30 million people, and so many presidents. You have Nicolas Maduro, who is the president. Then you have Delcy Rodriguez, who is the acting president, and who is the interim president. And now you have U.S. President Donald Trump, who is the acting president. So that's a lot of presidents. What is of concern is the fact that here the president of the United States is making it very clear that the Americans run the country. That's why the post has been put out, which basically means that here is President Trump saying that, look, we have control over the oil reserves of Venezuela. Point number one. Point number two, all Venezuelan oil should be sold to America at a good price. That will be decided by the Americans. And three, as compensation for the price for the petroleum sold to America, America will give Venezuela not dollars that it can spend anywhere, but goods made in America. American grain, American consumer goods, all the American stuff that is made in America will go to Venezuela. That's the agreement that Trump has decided upon. And now he has made it clear who he is. He is the acting president of Venezuela. So he is the one who will decide, and not Nicolas Maduro, who is currently in jail in America, waiting trial, not Delcy Rodriguez, the interim president, but he, Donald Trump, will decide about the 30 million people of Venezuela and its petroleum assets.
And the world will have no option but to just continue to watch, isn't it? Akanksha is also on the broadcast with us, but I also want to introduce Pathikrit Payan on the broadcast with us. How do you look at this development? U.S. claims it was in favor of a peaceful transition of power, but that's not what we're seeing. As Srinjoy was just pointing out, there seem to be a lot of precedents because now Trump has put up a post that shows him as the acting president of Venezuela.
Well, only a couple of days back, the Department of Justice said in United States that Nicolas Maduro, who was accused of running a cartel, they said that that claim is false. So the presumption on which he was arrested has now been said that, oh, no, it doesn't exist, that there's no cartel that Maduro was running. So the entire objective of the entire operation was aimed at, annexing the resources of Venezuela. And since, Maduro's abduction did not lead to complete control of Venezuela, I think there are new dreams being, put up that now, they would control Venezuela from Washington itself, which is far-fetched. That is not going to happen because even today, you have a president of Venezuela, acting president. The streets are occupied by the people of Venezuela, especially the militias. I don't think, what Trump is thinking about it, the way he is, weaving dreams. in reality it is going to happen in that way. Of course, the oil business to a great extent is completely strangulated, and the Americans will try to extract every pound of that. But to what extent they will be able to do it, how Chevron or other companies of America will go and extract oil, whether the people of Venezuela will allow them to seamlessly operate, that we have to wait and watch. But if this is what Trump is doing, then we should not be surprised. This is exactly how it has happened since 1945. This is neocolonialism. It was all packaged in 21st century narrative of national security and fighting for liberty and freedom. That's why people did not react across the world. Now, because too many things are happening too much at the same time, Cuba, Venezuela, Iran, and many others, that people are taking note of it. And I think somewhere, this hubris will have some kind of a downfall.
Okay.
Because this can't go on like this.
Okay, but it was Trump who claimed that he was not interventionist, and that's what we're seeing play out time and again. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. The United States is the largest oil producer in the world, and in pursuit of this dominance in the energy market, it's becoming clear. That's the reason why the United States went into Venezuela. Akanksha is also on the broadcast with the details of what has been mentioned. So, Akanksha, what is Trump seeming to suggest in this post?
All right, let me take you through what Donald Trump has posted on social media without any sort of context or any caption. He has posted this photo. It appears to be a snapshot of Wikipedia where it mentions Donald Trump, his photo, and acting president of Venezuela, incumbent January 2026. Also mentions him as the 45th and 47th president of the United States. But Pratibha, if we go to the actual Wikipedia page, it still mentions Delcy as the acting president. So the question is, who actually is the president of Venezuela? Is it Trump or is it Delcy? Is the question many are asking.
Okay, all right, Akanksha and Shinjoy, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. As always, there seems to be a very thin line between a joke or satire and the reality for the United States and for President Trump, and that's what we seem to be seeing. With that, it's time for us to slip into a very quick break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.